G'day, Jack.
G'day, boys. How are we?
You've got good taste in music, young man.
Yeah, some would say the opposite.
Now, you just had a laugh then, so that would suggest that you've actually been able to put together some sort of smile between now and Saturday night, because you had a win on Saturday night, Jack, and they interviewed you straight after the game, and you didn't look like a man who'd had a win.
Oh no, it's hard to sort of show emotion straight after a game, but I was very excited after the win. It was probably the lack of emotion probably came with our effort in the fourth quarter to let Bulldogs come back into it. But no, always very excited after a win.
Hey, Jack, good morning. It's Tim here. And Nathan Jones spoke yesterday about a meeting that the players had had. I think it was the full team that it had with Peter Jackson, the new club CEO, and he spoke about the confidence he had in that group and how many of those players he believed that were in the room at the time were going to be part of the Melbourne future. Did that give the players a lot of confidence?
Yeah, definitely. When Peter sort of signed on as a CEO for the rest of the year and next year, and he sat us all down and sort of instilled that confidence, and obviously he's coming from a lot of experience at the other clubs that he's worked at, and a lot of boys, it did take a lot of confidence out of it because it can turn around very quickly, and we used different examples, and all the boys came out of that meeting buzzing for sure.
Good morning, Jack. It's Andrew Gaze here, and congratulations on the win. Watched a little bit of the game, and Jack Watts, some say, played his best ever game of AFL football. That might be a little bit of a stretch because he's had some decent ones along the journey, but the change in a player like him with the change of coach, is it more just the emotional lift you get from a change of coach, or is strategically something happened that allowed him to perform at that level?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I think in the past you've probably seen a lot of different examples with new coaches coming in that a side sort of lifts for the weeks after, for a few weeks after that, just because of the freshness of a new voice and things like that. So it's our job now to sort of maintain that and keep it going forward. But Wattsy did have a great game, and it was probably one of his best all-round games, or four-quarter efforts, and hopefully he can just keep building on that. All the players and his teammates know that he's capable of it. It's just a matter of doing it more consistently, which I'm sure he will.
Talking to Melbourne skipper Jack Trengove, what changes has Neil Craig made to the way that you play, Jack?
Yeah, I guess coming from Nildy probably took the more defensive approach and really tried to put a strangle on the game, and there's no doubt we've learned some great principles from that, which was showed on the weekend as well. But Craigie's probably brought more of a freedom and sort of, when we have the ball in our hands, really trying to test the opposition offensively and make them defend us, because there's no doubt this year we've done a lot of chasing of tail, and it's now our turn for when the ball gets in our hands to really make them defend us. So that's probably what Craigie's brought.
What were you thinking in the dying stages of that game on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I was getting pretty nervous towards the end there, and I had all confidence in the boys that would be able to hold on to it. It was just a matter of getting the control and getting the ball back in our hands, because it sort of was one of those quarters where it went from centre bounce to goal, straight back to centre bounce, and straight back to another goal, and they weren't missing. So we didn't get many opportunities to get it in our hand, but sort of in the last 2 minutes when we did, we sort of slowed the game down and eventually got away with it, which was nice.
Now, Jack, stand by. It's our world-famous honesty session with our Fast Five, mate.
Fast Five.
Here we go, Jackie boy. What music are you boys listening to in the weights room?
Probably a bit of rap and hip-hop.
Oh, nice.
Disappointing.
Which of your teammates checks the papers to see if he's in the best players?
Definitely Sam Blues.
Nice. If you weren't playing footy, what would you be doing?
Oh, gee, that's a tough one. Probably some sort of businessman.
Nice. Best sledges you've played with or against?
Lyndon Dunn is right up there.
Nice. And lastly, who's the tightest, the stingiest bloke that really doesn't want to give up anything?
It has to be Cole Garland's got very deep pockets and short arms.
Nice.
No one ever has to think about that last one,
don't.
Jack. No, they've always got an answer at their fingertips.
Always one, isn't there?
Yeah, always one. Anyway, congratulations on the week. You had a great test this week against the Swannies at the MCG. I'm sure you'll relish the opportunity to test the second half Melbourne Footy Club against the measuring stick of the AFL. We wish you all the very best, mate, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thanks for that, boys. Appreciate it.
Good on you.
On you,
Jack Trengove, one of the co-captains down there at the Melbourne Footy Club.